And so what I'd like to do at this particular point is I'd like to have Bill talk to us about this automation that's going on that people actually are leveraging maybe to impact their workforce transformation. I meant,
Absolutely.
Did I say Bob? I meant Bill.
No problem. Yeah, no, and absolutely. And I think it's a great place to start, because when people hear automation, I think their minds immediately have this preconceived notion in their minds, right? In their thoughts. And they kind of think about, I'm going to lose my job. And, I think the reality is, when we deal with a lot of clients, especially in financial services, is that there's a very stark difference in terms of what automation is doing today and what it's going to do in the future. And if you look at automation today and kind of where it's been the last couple of years, that's really that first pillar on the screen. And this is the obvious area where people think about for automation. And this is the ability to really take that work that somebody's doing today and move it over to a digital workforce, so that they don't have to actually do the mundane and monotonous work. Things like reconciliation, processing large batches of data behind the scenes. This is all better suited for automation behind the scenes, for robots to do, so that employees can focus on more value-added tasks, right? So that's kind of where automation's been at for a number of years. And I think this is the most obvious area that people think about when they hear the term automation. But when you look at the UiPath platform in particular, what we also enable are additional avenues of automation. So if you look at the second pillar, this is really more of your digital assistant that helps the individual or the employee throughout their day-to-day. So what we do a lot of times with large banking and financial services organizations is in the contact center. And you think about a contact center agent who's handling a customer phone call. They're spending time on the line with that client. They're doing a lot of behind the scenes work, clicking their keyboard, obviously going to different applications. A lot of times, a lot of that work is better suited for a digital assistant working directly side by side with that contact center agent, right? So we're not necessarily removing the need for that individual to perform that task, but we're making them more productive in that task so that they can answer that call quicker, get to the next call. We're all familiar with, long wait times sometimes when we call a contact center. It's one of the least pleasant things that we can do, right? So that digital assistant capability is super important, especially in those client-facing type of roles. Beyond that, you'll hear a lot in the market around low-code development, citizen development. There's a lot of opportunity for businesses to actually empower their employees to build and enable or to leverage these tools to build their own automations. You think about, you're an individual in a bank, you do a lot of work in Microsoft Excel, building reports and sending them out. That's a task that's really well suited for automation. And we enable you as a business user to build automation through citizen development as well. So there's a variety of different paths in which that process can take place. And then last but not least, our platform truly is an AI-enabled automation platform. And when we talk about AI, it's in very practical terms that allow you to do more automation within the organization. Automation is very rules-based traditionally, so you need to add intelligence to help us make sense of certain patterns, make sense of certain data that we want to ingest into an automated workflow, things like unstructured documents, think about a mortgage process, or emails, for instance, that are coming into a client services desk. These are very difficult to automate with traditional technologies, and that's where we need some of that AI capability. And it's allowing our customers, by combining AI and automation, to be able to capture the benefits of automation even further.
Thank you, Bill. And I'm looking forward to some of my robot assistants to finally arrive here and what I do for SIA. These are all new concepts in the sense of citizen developer, robot assistants for those that are in particular roles. And I can see how that can get you even faster access to the data or the information you need to do your job. So that's it all seems to make logic and sense to me.